Hi guys, welcome to the stream. I am Yolanda. This is Financially Fabulous Females. I hope you're having a good Thursday. Coming to you live today. I normally do a recording, but today I thought we'd do a live. We haven't done that in a while on YouTube. So wherever you are watching us from, please type it down in the comments. Let us know. I can see all of your messages right here. So feel free to write it down in the comments. Now, today we're talking about something different. I'm giving you the truth about the South African insurance industry, some secrets that you got to know about, be wary of, and hopefully use to your advantage. So, as you know, people are different. I mean, we all make money in different way. Lots of people now really into crypto, really into Bitcoin. And if you're still reeling from the weekend's Dogecoin, yeah, so people are different. I mean, Bitcoin might work for you, it doesn't work for me. Gold and silver might work for me, it doesn't work for you. And in the very same way, life insurance is the same. Some people have really um, seen the bad side of the South African life insurance industry, while some of us who benefited, we've received payouts. We know how to use it, how it can fit into our strategy wherever we are on our financial journey. So I'm going to give you a couple of things that you need to be looking out for when it comes to setting up insurance or how you should use insurance in your wealth building journey. Firstly, in South Africa, there's basically two types of life insurance. Firstly, it is whole of life insurance, and there's term insurance. And you don't find term as a popular option here, mainly because by term insurance, there isn't much of a price difference. All right. So by term insurance, we're referring to a term. You take insurance for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15, 20, whatever the agreed term is with the insurer, you have this insurance cover, but it's only for that term. So it's not for the whole of life. And I know most of us are very familiar with the whole of life portion when it comes to life insurance. So how the term works is if anything happens to you during this term, that policy will pay out accordingly. If you took term life insurance for R1 million, if something happened to you in that term period, your family would receive that a lump sum check. And if nothing happens to you during that term, well, you've enjoyed the risk cover, knowing that if something were to happen to you during the term, your family would have had financial peace of mind. But in South Africa, we do have the option to give you back your premiums of your term cover. There's a slightly additional fee for that, but you can enjoy the cover for whatever term you choose, 10, 20 years. And after your term is over, you do have the option of getting your premiums back if you don't have a claim. So that's one of the nice things about term insurance in South Africa. It's a great tool for building wealth. And if we look at term and life insurance now, if I wanted to leave my family 2.5 million rand, for example, when I pass away, I would have to put maybe 2,500 rand a month over 30 years, hoping for an at least 6% return to be able to save up 2.5 million rand for my family. But let me show you something right here, okay? Let me get out this picture for you. I want to show you what it's all about. So this is my current, one of my many policies that I have, all right? So you can say that my name is there, it's mine. And this is basically just the anniversary letter that came through. And I'm paying a premium of 343 Rand for 2.5 million life cover. So what would happen at this point is if I die in year 5, my family will still get that 2.5 million. But if I choose not to have life cover and just save my 2,500 Rand a month, what if I die 5 years from now? I mean, my family wouldn't have much. Maybe they'd receive just under 100,000 Rand. All right. So now you can see the value of life cover is for the small amounts that you can receive so much more value, more than you would if you had to save, and in some cases more than you would get even if you had to invest. So that's one of my many life covers. If you want to get something similar, you can always reach out and I can help you with that. All right. And the nice thing about this life cover is that there are escalations on it. But let's do a quick comparison on a term life cover. And I know it's not a popular option in South Africa, and that's mainly because of the price. So this is a quote that I've just run from a certain company. I'm not going to name names, all right? So all I did in was I put in my demographic details, all right, because it's all based on risk, and we'll come to talk about risk in a little while. And we see here we have term life cover with a 5% escalation until age 70, with a 5% premium increase as well, because I want my benefits to grow with inflation. So obviously, at a later stage, this amount, the 2.5 million, would increase every year, and they're charging me a premium of 241 rand here just for this. Okay, that's not a bad price. Actually, it's cheaper than my other insurance, but I took my first insurance when I was much younger. Maybe if I go into underwriting now, maybe that premium would go up. I was much older than when I took my first life cover. And then if we look at whole of life cover, same 5% escalation. Only difference is at whole of life that this policy will be with me and for the exact same amount. And you can see it's a slight difference. It's barely 15 rand. Okay, so it's not much to look, not much between it, between life, whole of life, and term cover. And the nice thing about the cover that I have is that the amount escalates. Now you see a premium of just over 2.5 million rand on my current policy, but there's an escalation on it. It's keeping up and it's growing with the rate of inflation. I have the ability to even pause the premiums if at any time it becomes unaffordable. In 10 years' time, if I can't afford a premium of 1,000 rand, I'm going to go to the life company and say, hey, just keep the cover as it is, keep the premium as it is, just take out my escalations, please. This is becoming too unaffordable for me. And you can do that in South Africa. Okay, if any time insurance becomes unaffordable for you, go and negotiate with the company, because nobody wants you to lose your cover. And if you cancel cover and you take it at a later stage, remember you got to go through medical underwriting. And it's the underwriting that picks up the price, because your risk increases. Your risk increases with age. One of my policies that I have, when I retire at 65, I no longer have to pay any insurance premiums for this policy, but I'm still getting the full benefits. And that's one of the really nice things about the South African insurance industry. They have been really innovative to meet the needs of the South African consumer. Another policy I know I have a range of policies over multiple companies, mainly because I know the benefits. Some companies are strong in one area where others are weaker, and I've just spread my risk across all these companies. There's a freeze benefit. Let's say I'm going through a hard couple of months, I lost my job and I can't afford to pay it. I can freeze that payment and come back to it in a couple of months' time and say, please reactivate my cover. I don't have to do any underwriting or anything like that. Those are the kind of options that are available to you in South Africa. So if you're looking for these kind of solutions, reach out and contact me, and I can help you find the right cover for you for your situation. The second thing about the South African insurance products is that life insurance is not a great investment. And it shouldn't be, because life insurance is not an investment. It's risk, it's complete risk. So when you do take life cover, you sit with somebody like me and we evaluate your risk. Well, I don't do it personally, but we'll ask you a bunch of questions to try and assess your risk. And one of the things, well, a handful of things that the South African insurance companies look for is for age. So you want to be taking your life cover when you're younger, because that's when it's cheaper. The younger you are, the fitter you are, the better shape your body is in. Now, obviously, that doesn't apply to everybody, but for the general public, you want to take your life cover when it's young, when you're young, because of that premium. Income level is also a factor. The more you earn, um, the less risk you are to the company. Essentially, it basically means if you're earning more, you have access to better healthcare, better lifestyle. Technically, on paper, you should live longer. Education also plays a role hand in hand with the level of income. Smoker status is a big one in South Africa. Okay, smoker status is huge. If you are a smoker, you are paying crazy premiums for life cover. And it's the same if you chew betel nut. For my Indian people out there, it's called the areca palm in other parts of the world. In the local Durban community, it's called the African palm. And it's the same if you chew betel nut. It's the same. It's the same. use is just because they say it as a drug. In fact, it's on the same classification level as cocaine. It gives you heart palpitations and the exact same reaction your body has to cocaine, it has to betel nut. So in South Africa, if you are consuming betel nut, you are considered a smoker and you will be given smoker rates for your insurer premiums. Also, insurers look at the state of your health. The sicker you are, maybe there'll be exclusions, maybe you might not get cover altogether. So that is why it's ideal to take this kind of cover when you are young. And one thing that we have is across the various multiple providers we have in the country, something called Future Protector. It's usually with the premium clients. So how this basically works is the careers, you don't have the big fat salary that might come in a couple of years' time. So they're allowing you to basically pay a minimum amount to secure life cover right now that you can use in the future. Imagine paying just a couple of $100 for 10, 15, 20 million rand life cover, because you're not getting the life cover, you're just securing the portion on your current health. And that is a massive saving. So as you progress in your career, you're earning more money. In a couple of years' time, you go back to the company and say, right, I'm ready to start availing my cover. And you don't even have to use all of it. You take a certain portion and you African, lots of South African companies are offering it. You just need to find the right one that fits in and blends in with your need. All right, so if I'm giving you value right now, please hit the like button down below. Subscribe to this channel. Every Thursday I put out a video, and if you like what you hear and see, you get a notification. Hit the notification button as well, and you get a notification whenever I come up with a new video. We usually put out videos 2 or 3 times a week, but Thursday is our key content on this platform. Another notable thing about insurance payouts in South Africa. All right, so insurance payouts in the country are not taxable at all. So that's always a nice thing, not to pay any taxes. Fourthly, under 18s in South Africa cannot inherit a life insurance policy. It's just the rules. Under 18s can't inherit large sums of money. They don't have the skill nor the know-how to handle those large sums of money. So if you don't plan your estate correctly, those funds can easily go into the hands of the High Court in terms of the government guardians funds, where your caregivers, the kids' caregivers, will have to go to court every once in a while to request funds to look after your kids. And this is where estate planning comes in, where you have to plan for your estate. A nice feature that we have in South Africa when it comes to life cover payouts is that we have the option of lump sum cover and monthly cover. Now, in monthly income, life cover payouts are becoming more popular because people are realizing that not everybody is equipped to handle a 10, 15, 20 million rand payout. The skill is not there. And monthly payouts allow for cash flow to continue to come into the household, for your family and your beneficiaries to continue to live comfortably as if you were there. But you have the option to plan. Take a portion of that and invest it for a later stage for your family. Now, this is where estate planning again comes into play, where you plan for everything. If you die, that income is still coming to your home, but it's not being squandered by those that do not know how to use it. Also, if you do request a lump sum payout for your family or your loved one, they could easily take that money and invest it and then live off the investment, but those investment returns still have to be taxed. So why do you want to go through all of that? Rather just look at all of your circumstances. Can lump sums be handled? Can people be savvy with the money and be sustainable to live comfortably with what you've left them behind? Okay, and lastly, insurance premiums come with built-in funeral benefits, and that's very important because funeral cover is such a big topic in South Africa, and you find that the top-tier companies in the country basically give you a built-in funeral benefit. So how that works is with the top-tier companies, within 48 hours of your death and your family producing the required documentation, the company would then pay you a 50,000 Rand or 10%, capped at 50,000 Rand advance within 48 hours of your death. And those funds can be used for anything. Ideally, I advise my clients to let this be your funeral plans. You don't need some big send off. I mean, 50,000 Rand is quite a huge sum of money. So instead of paying an additional 300 Rand for um, a funeral plan, and I've shown you how you can get millions under 300 bucks a month, right? So it is possible to leverage South African life insurance as a form of leaving wealth to the next generation and to fill that gap when you're not there. So if you got value from this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. And if you need any assistance with insurance, you need a review or anything like that, link up with us. My details are in the description.